Thanks to everyone who supported us over on Patreon. If you want additional episodes every month, go back for just $1 a month over at patreon.com/boardsandswords. Watch very closely now. 3, 2, 1. Bzow! Check that out.
We want the fun. Gotta have that fun.
Is it okay if it's okay if like when the bread touches the fries?
Do I really want to just stand still and cast a lightning bolt? No, I want to avoid you and shove a lightning bolt across.
I just crapped my alien pants.
Correct.
By the way, I just want to let you guys know.
You hate all of us, and we're fired.
I've released poison into the AC system. You all have about 5 minutes left to live.
So much news, like all this stuff to talk about.
No, there's been some stuff, but it was all boring.
You didn't go with C.
Well, you need to go with C.
And our friends, we combined.
You've told that story.
We combined. Have I told it on the podcast?
I'm pretty sure
you have.
Well, I'm telling it again.
Because I just realized as I was reading this that this game's already been done. They even made a show about it. It's called Yu-Gi-Oh! And go watch it.
This is Boards and Swords.
Hey everybody, welcome to Boards and Swords. This is a podcast where you can expect bad jokes, good folks, and lots of game and talk. Especially today, we have a great show for you planned. My name is Chris Renshaw. I'm one of your hosts, and with me, live via satellite, is Mr. Philip Herbig.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
What is
Yeah, give yourself
up?
an
Shout
intro.
out to anybody that's in the chat room. I know there's some eyeballs. I can see them in there. They're just not chatting yet. But this is your first time, you need to go check out facebook.com/boardsandswordspod and let us know how you found the show. And twitter.com/boardsandswords, instagram.com/boardsandswordschris, and all the good that. So, Philip, it's gonna be a little weird today, but go ahead and hit the news, I guess. So it's a little different this week because they're just like the title goes. There was news, but I didn't really feel any of it, so I didn't feel like talking about it. There's a couple of like random things. But instead, what we're gonna talk, and in fact we'll talk about it later after our kind of banter stuff, is PAX Unplugged is this weekend. If you're listening to this episode, if you're not the 3 people that I'm assuming is Philip right now, then chances are the way you're hearing this, since there's not that many people watching live, you should fix that, by the way. Then you're hearing this as I'm driving, at least, to PAX Unplugged this weekend in Philly. I'm super excited. It's the first convention. Literally, the last convention I went to was PAX Unplugged 2019. So it has been officially 2 years. So instead of doing some news, what we're going to do instead is I found, now normally BGG does like a preview of every big convention. Sometimes I don't know if there's ever been one for PAX Unplugged because it's usually right after the spiel the spiel over in Germany, the Essen spiel. There we go. Get things right. So it's usually just like a lot of those games finally make it over to America. And so instead, I couldn't find anything this year for it. So what I did is I went and found, if you look in the previews that BGG has, there's one for just kind of like September, October. It was kind of the latest one that I found that covered. I went through that list. I found some interesting ones. Not all of these are like, I didn't pick them all because I'm like, that looks interesting. I just picked ones that'd be funny to talk about or interesting to talk about. So we're gonna play the game show that we'd introduced last time, Try, Buy, or Sigh, and we're gonna check these out. So let me pull up the thing here. Now this one seems way out of left field for us. The only reason that I put it on here is if you look down to because I saw this as the German version of this first. If you look at the alternate name, Philip, why don't you tell me what that German name is?
That's a freie Fahrt.
And I can't see the word fart and not giggle. So this is the English version of which is Free Ride. It's a Freedom and Freeze game. Travel to Europe cities and visit beautiful Art Nouveau and historical structures. It's a Rio Grande game. 50 to 90 minutes, 1 to 5 players. Around the end of the 19th century, a growing network of railway lines was built in Europe, allowing people to travel to the major cities to visit historical or beautiful structures. So far, it looks like it's just a train. It does say it's a train game. You're connecting things, network and route building, pick up and deliver. Where do you stand on this, Phil?
Slow ride. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong game.
Yeah,
Although
there was that song that's like, "Come on and take a." Wait, was that? Yeah, there's a free ride song.
Yeah,
it's like, "Come on and take a free ride."
Free ride.
Yeah. I'm sighing this one. Like I said, the only reason I said it was because it had fart in the German name.
Hang on.
I have no response to that.
All right. Next up, this one just looked neat. It's called Looping. Go on the funnest roller coaster and be the first to finish the ride. So it's Atomo Games. 10 minutes, apparently. 2 to 5 players. 6+. This might be more of a children's game thing. Let's see here. Although it looks like it's just cards. That's kind of disappointing. But go on the funniest roller coaster. I think that's supposed to be funnest, but it looks like it's spelled funniest.
I saw funniest.
Yeah, and be the first to finish the ride. Deal all the hands evenly to the players. They keep their hands facing down. You play cards, one on top of each other in clockwise order. You must perform the cards corresponding to each. Played correctly. The first player makes a mistake or otherwise. The last person who does it right will draw 2 cards as a penalty. The player runs out of cards. Okay. I'm less appealed by this now that I actually read it.
Yeah, so like you said looping, and my mind immediately went to Looper with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
And I'm just completely disappointed.
Well, I saw the box, and I was like, ooh, a roller coaster game. That could be cool. Like, I didn't read about any of these because I thought it would be fair. That way it's not just like tries and buys for everything.
Right.
But this seems like somebody came up with a card game and then pasted on a theme.
Yeah.
So I think this one's going to be a pass as well.
Yeah, that's a.
All right. This one, this was okay. Okay, I was curious about it, but now it definitely says so. This one's Welcome to the Moon. And when I saw it, I was like, wait, is that supposed to be like Welcome to the game that me and you have played, the roller or the you flip the cards and fill in the neighborhood?
That'd be kind of cool.
And it is, apparently. It says re-implements Welcome to, and when you click it, it goes to the other version of it.
Oh, nice.
Uses the same flip and right game mechanisms as the earlier title Welcome to, but you now play in a campaign across 8 adventure sheets. On a turn, you flip cards from 3 stacks to create 3 different combinations of a starship number and a corresponding action. And then you choose those. You fill in a number on your zone. Yeah, so this is Welcome to, but in space.
Welcome to my moon base.
I don't know if this is an instant buy for me, but I would try it.
Oh yeah, that's definite. That's definite. Play a demo.
That's definitely try stuff. Okay. Next one we've got up here is Neoville. No, this doesn't have to do with the Matrix.
Does it have anything to do with Neopets though?
Who knows? Build a city that is a combination of human habitation and the natural world. 2 to 4 players, 30 to 45 minutes. This is the kind of game that I think Philip and Colin and Cindy would like because it's designed by Phil Walker Harding, and I think they like their games. It's looking for architects to build a city that is a combination of human habitation and the natural world. Are you up to the challenge? Position tiles strategically to build skyscrapers and utilities in your 4x4 city. Skyscrapers will be worth harmony points at the end of the game based on their value and district size. So it says it's tile placement, city building. Let's see some pictures because the cover artwork looks nice.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I think this is this would be a try for me.
That's a try.
The
I like
the theme and the artwork is well enough done that even if it's a little crunchier, I'd still be willing to try it, just because it's kind of drawing me in a little bit. Are you saying you like the towers?
Yeah, the towers are kind of neat. I'm a little disappointed that 4x4 city didn't mean just everyone drives a truck.
Yes, this is nice. I don't know if I'd buy it. I might recommend it to somebody, but I would definitely try it.
Yeah.
All right. Now we need to flip to the opposite side of the spectrum, and I got a Zombicide game in here. They kickstarted this a while ago, but I guess officially the retail-wise launched Night of the Living Dead, a Zombicide game.
Ooh.
So this is where they got the we talked about it a long time ago, where they got the actual George Romero license to make this game. So from Come On, 1 to 6 players, 60 minutes. So cooperative, dice rolling. Let's see. I don't know if I've seen that many pictures of it. But it's a Zombicide game, you know. Although I would definitely put this, this is another one that goes in the try column just because I'd be curious to see what's different between like this and just a normal Zombicide game. Like, is it just the kind of like the is it going to be just what the zombies look like and what the survivors look like, you know, to make it more...
Were all those guys in the black jackets, is that like West Side Story zombies?
I don't know. The paint jobs on these are on the pictures on BGG are really good though.
Right?
Oh, somebody else did them in like a grayscale. That's good. I like that.
Oh, that's nice.
And probably, I don't know. I would say that looks easier than just straight up painting every one of them, but there's different shades on here even.
Oh, there's so, yeah, that's...
That makes it sound like it... Overall rating, 3,223. That's not bad for a game that just came out.
Yeah.
But I imagine people that already have this are people that kickstarted it, so... Let me know on Facebook or Twitter if you've gotten this game and if it's any good. And is it anything worth... is it any better than Zombicide Black Plague? Because that's the only one I have. And right now, the only thing that I think would get me more is the Marvel Zombies game, which they did officially announce.
Nice.
Not a whole lot of details on it, but while we're sitting here talking about CMON, I will deviate and say that it's done. It happened. I officially sold Rising Sun. So, but that's money that I'm going to have at the convention to just kind of guilt-free buy.
There you go. There you go.
Plus, here's the other thing is I even was like, you know what? I unboxed or I opened up Ankh and I was looking at it and I'm like, this probably is not going to beat Blood Rage for me. And even if it did, I've got more invested in Blood Rage with all the just all the extras and all the just other time and the fact I already know how to play. I was like, screw it, put it up for sale, and managed to get that as well. So I was like, get it out, trying to do that like more of that trimming down stuff. I was telling some people like I will review things all the live long day, but like what I end up keeping, that might change.
Yep.
So, or that's going to change as to what gets kept versus what gets kind of like gone, because trying to limit down. See last episode for more info on that. Anyways, back to this. Philip, I threw this one in here because of you, and that is Dune. This is the Gale Force 9. Now, I'm confused about this because there's been different versions of this game, because if I believe this is right, this is based on, so this is the original Dune game that was originally done in 1979, re-implemented, but I could have sworn this came out last year. Now I could, because there's been like 500,000 freaking Dune games in the past year, including like Dune Imperium, and there's like a new Detective Dune game from Portal Games. This is the Gale Force 9 reprint, basically, of the original 1979 Dune game, but it looks like it's using the artwork of the new movie. So
Yeah, is that Poe Dameron in the corner?
yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This looks like, you know,
Yeah.
all the posters I've seen,
Okay, gotcha.
because that
And
looks like
Thanos.
Mr. Charlemagne in the background, and yeah,
Poe
and
Dameron
there's
and Thanos.
Momoa in the back there as well. So yeah, this is using that artwork.
Did you see it yet?
I have not. It got pulled off of HBO.
You got pulled off of Max.
Yeah, I got pulled off HBO Max before. Like, I sat down and I was like, all right, I have the time, I have the opportunity, I'm gonna sit down and watch it. And then I went to
and
search,
it's gone.
and the only one that came up was that 1984 one. And I was like, dang it.
Hey, it's got Patrick Stewart in it.
I ended up watching other stuff, which I'll talk about after the show.
Alright.
You got to be a patron for that. Sorry.
Dun, dun, dun. Are we plugging the Patreon? Are we doing that now?
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
little
I
early.
mean, no. It's just it's a bonus.
It's never
plug.
too early to plug the Patreon.
Yeah. So it looks like this is an area major. I've actually never played. A lot of people talk about it, but I've never played the Dune board game. I think our friends Philip, or I keep wanting to say Philip, Corey and Jimmy have played this. I forgot what they said. I think they liked it. I'm not sure. But what about you, Philip? Is this a try, or
It's a try. Oh yeah. I mean the theme is good. The movie was great. So like yeah, I would dive in on the collecting the spice.
I would try it, but probably after seeing the movie, unless there was like other people I know. Like, I don't know if I'd play
Okay.
I don't think I'd play with a bunch of random people not knowing anything about Dune. Well, I mean, I have read the book, but still, like, seeing this version where I can connect names and faces, and it's been like 15 years since I read Dune.
I thought about picking it up on Amazon, but I have this weird feeling that like because the movie is such a giant hit, they probably jacked up the price on the book
Oh, the book?
for the Kindle version at least.
Oh, speaking of which, it's kind of weird now because they pulled it off HBO Max, but you can get it on, like I just saw it earlier, you can get it on Amazon now.
Oh, as like what,
Like-
a $4 rental or something?
Well,
like
no,
that?
not that the rental period hasn't hit yet, but like this is like you can buy the actual movie where you pay $20 for like the digital version.
Oh, okay.
So, all right. Next one I put on here because it's gotten a lot of buzz, especially when the Spiel des Jahres came out. But Micro City. This is the second edition. I've just heard a lot of people talking about this. Build your city wherever you want with this pocket-sized game. At home, on the train, on the plane, as the name says. Micro City is a small game about building your city. Several game modes, various challenges, different levels of difficulty, and a random distribution of districts will make each game different. So you roll 2 dice, then you play on the cards in your hand and resolve the effects. Causes your builder to move through a city. Like I said, I keep seeing a bunch of stuff about this game. I've known nothing about it, but it's another one that looks nice. And especially if this is like $10, I might this could be a buy. Just
Grab it
to
for the hell. Yeah.
yeah. Especially if it's like, given its popularity, if it's one that's got like the demo tables are always full, this might be one I would just buy just to play it elsewhere. You know,
One of those pictures have everything in some sort of tin.
it does look like there's like a collector's edition.
Oh, okay.
You know, because that does look like a tin in the background. This version here, it looks like a little Altoids tin. But then there's other versions that have boxes. Maybe that's the second edition is in an actual box.
Oh, that could be.
But it's cute. I like the graphic design. So yeah,
Is it just
try.
2-player?
What did it say? I think it said 2 players. Yep, 1 to 2 players, 10 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
This looks like a good like restaurant game.
Yeah.
Keep it in your pocket, and back when we're going to restaurants again on a regular basis.
Community, 1 to 2 players. Best 1.
That just means it's a good puzzle game that people just like playing. This next one I just brought up because of how random it is, and that is The Queen's Gambit, the board game.
So chess.
Yeah, exactly. That's the although unlike the other one, it didn't give me the German, or it did not give me the English version. Oh, I guess not. I guess it's still all right. But it's Queen's Gambit, the board game from Netflix, 2 to 4 players, so 4 players. 15 minutes. This is just weird because it's just chess.
It's speed chess with 4 people. Oh,
Yeah. They have their own. You try and outwit your players by playing as much foresight as she did. Beth Harmon, that's who we're talking about. Each of the 2 to 4 players has their own gambit piece that moves across the chessboard, and your turns are always planned 3 moves in advance by laying down cards upon which chess pieces are depicted. On your turn, you reveal your first card, move the gambit piece according to what's depicted, and then ideally capturing chess tiles in the process. Then refill your row by placing a 3rd card in your queue. That's kind of neat because, like, you're having to think like so far ahead.
That's the Star Wars Armada play style.
Yeah.
You're playing 3 moves in advance.
Yeah. I think the fact that this game, it says 15 minutes is the only reason I would even try it, but this is a borderline sigh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm slightly intrigued, but that would be like if I literally had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Just as soon as you put that up there, I got reminded of Words with Friends, the board game. You mean Scrabble?
Yeah. So a couple years ago, they had Dinosaur Island. Well, now they've come out with Dinosaur World from Pandasaurus Games, 2021 release. This was another Kickstarter that went real big about a year or 2 ago. 60 to 120 minutes, 2 to 4 players. It is a very, very popular game. At least it was when the Kickstarter came out, and I've seen pictures of people doing it or getting their stuff in. The triumph of science has led to dinosaurs returning to the world once more. Has become public knowledge. New parks sprung up regularly. However, as any form of entertainment, elements of triumph are often accomplished by elements of tragedy. This means it's of the utmost importance that you take every precaution by ensuring each visitor signs the safety waiver for enjoying the wonders of Dinosaur World. So it's Jurassic World, the board game. I'm not sure what's different though between, because Jurassic the Dinosaur Island was a pretty, like, it was neat. I did try it. It had a lot of cool ideas, but it was one of those that was like you're almost playing 4 games at the same time. It's like, then we're going to do this phase, and then we're going to do this phase, and this board affects this board, and this board affects that board.
I just need a legally distinct representation of a shirtless Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of this. A lot of this stuff looks very similar and giving me, reminding me some. But again, it's been a while of Dinosaur Island. I'm not sure what the differences are. Well, okay, it looks like the boards are a little different, obviously. So that's interesting. It looks cool though. I don't know. I don't know if I'd try this or not. I'd have to.
I would stand at the booth and watch some people play it.
Yeah, is that an option? We'll make it an option. I would stand at the booth and watch people play. I'd have to know what's the difference, because if it's just like, oh, it's just we tweaked it, it's like another, like the Zombicide. It's a Zombicide, but this time it's something else. But they just add, like, okay, there's maybe a couple of different mechanics this time around, but fundamentally it's kind of the same game, then I'd probably be out. Next one I had up here ahead for you, though. Transformers, the deck building game. It's 1 to 5 players, so you can actually play this solo.
Nice.
45 to 90 minutes from Renegade Game Studios.
I was just saying, yeah.
Transform and roll out. Yeah, so yeah, it's just it's,
No,
it's
actually,
a
I don't want a Transformers. I want a Transmorphers game.
this is yeah. I mean, it's Transformers. It's a deck building game. I would try it.
Yeah.
Do I need to own it? No.
Nah.
However, I think they're making a Transformers the RPG, and I would definitely buy that.
Yes. Oh, yeah, how cool that would be.
Yeah. All right, last one up, and this is probably going to be my own or the only other buy, and I would probably insta buy this. I just wasn't able to back the Kickstarter, and that is Role Player Adventures. So this is a RPG style adventure from the makers of Role Playing. So you've made your characters in Role Player, and now you actually get to do the adventure piece. So now you fully formed, battle-hardened heroes must defend the kingdom and uncover a mystery. Navigate your missions with care. It's up to you to who to befriend and who to battle. Will you slay the giant troll or attempt to make peace? Will you do the vampire's bidding? I mean, this is just me all over it. It's a cooperative storybook board game for 1 to 4 players. It doesn't require the role-player-based game or any of its expansions. You can pick one of 6 pre-generated characters, or you can import a favorite role-player character and take them
I
on
would
a
do
journey.
that. Like, your session 0 is you play role player.
Right. The only thing is if you get you get like a crappy or like, you know, I feel like you'd have to play role player a couple times just to make sure you get like the right build, you know? Like I'm comfortable with this.
Shitty characters and all.
All right.
All your stats are 1. Nope, that's what you got to roll with. Do it.
Yeah, this will be. Oh, there's minis. Or somebody at least put a mini in here. I don't know if there's actually a mini. I don't see any other evidence of a mini.
Well, I'm sorry. Was that on the same base?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just they rotated it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So maybe it was like a Kickstarter promotion thing. Yeah, I don't see a mini.
It's a tactical trunk gnome.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. All right, that was the last one I had for us. So yeah, super psyched about PAX Unplugged. So Philip, guess what?
Chicken butt.
I won a game of Warhammer 40K. And it was kind of like in the most unexpected way. Oh, I don't think I took photos of it. Dang it. But I played Thanksgiving.
All right.
At the game store. And that was crazy. Maybe I have to find all right, I'll look it up in a second. They may have put some photos on the Facebook page. So the Saturday after Thanksgiving, the gaming store always does Thanksgiving, and each year it's basically every year it's giant vehicle battles where the armies don't need to make sense. You just cobble together so many points worth of vehicles, and then you just go. So this year, and this is something they had done before, but they had done it before, but sorry, I'm still trying to see if I could find the actual, see if they had the picture on there. But so this year they did one that was very similar to what they had done in the past, and it is, so you come up with 1,000 points of tanks and vehicles of various things. So of course I took the giant, the knight, because that's kind of what I bought it for. Is I wanted to play it in one of these mega battles. But you got one squad of units for free, of like your basic whatever, a basic unit type. So you couldn't pick like your super powerful dudes, but like whatever your standard grunts were for whatever faction you wanted to pick, you could pick them.
A TIE fighter is not Darth Vader.
Yes. But luckily for the Grey Knights have the ability to take their powered up Terminators as a basic unit. You just don't get to do some of their customized stuff, their fancy power stuff. So I took like 10 Terminators and just kind of like bloop, dropped them down. But the way it worked is it was just a long table. In the center of the table, somebody made a basically it was a square. It was supposed to be a convenience store, but it reminded me more of a Dollar General. Because like, have you seen like the newer Dollar Generals where it's got like the core, like the just metal wall? It's like a warehouse.
Oh, I think I have. Yeah.
That's what this looked like. And it was just like it was a metal looking kind of like the zigzaggy kind of wall warehouse looking pattern. And then inside there's a couple of there's 2 doorways and a couple of aisles that you could go through. And at the center, somebody made a little turkey miniature, like freshly cooked and everything. And the way you get to Hoser 40K, you're just in time. I just got to the Thanksgiving part. So you had to get it. The way you won is you had to get in, you had to grab the turkey and get out and get back to your base, and you won. All right. So we get into it, and we're playing like 8. This is like an 8-person. I think it was like 10-person game. So there's 4 people at one end of the table. There's 4 people at the other, and there's 2 that are kind of in the center that are like right near the place, but just based on the amount of people we had, it was kind of the best way we could get everybody around the table. So, do you remember last time when I talked about how I ended up forming like a quote unquote alliance with somebody and then broke it right before it was my turn?
Yes.
So that guy ended up being right next to me. And so we're both looking at each other, and he's just like shaking his head like, no, I ain't doing no. Because like the 4 of us are looking down at our end of the table, and we're just like, there's no way we're if like we all have to pretty much, we're all on top of each other before we even get to the nothing's going to happen unless we all decide, hey, we're just going to go grab the turkey and bring it back. So eventually we were just all like, okay, we're in agreement. The 4 of us, we're going to grab it and bring it back here. And I even pointed to like, there was a spot on our side of the table that was central to all 4 of us. Is like, we bring it back here and then it's battle royale. Like I say, that's what we do. Everybody works together till it comes back here and then it's battle royale. So that's what we're doing, but we're like some of us are like way far away, so we're having to take forever just to get up there. Meanwhile, on the other side of the table, it is utter chaos. And I'm not even talking like chaos in the fact that there was chaos troops, because there were. Like, they did not see things the same way we did. Them fighting was more reason for us to do our alliance, because literally from the word go, the first person was like, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to do my turn. I'm not going to shoot anybody. Second, it went to the second player's turn. Chaos.
Fire everything.
Yeah, exactly. They are all like firing everything. One dude's like, his entire unit was pretty much destroyed within like a turn and a half. Where like the way the rules work is all your vehicles that die are gone, but your basic units can keep respawning, so you could at least still play and you're not like completely out of the game. But after that, when he got annihilated by the time it got back to him again, he's like, nope, I'm done. Like, So they're just, everybody over there is just shooting back and forth. Meanwhile, one of the players that's right there by it, they managed to get some stuff in. I have my big huge jet, which I decided because of the way that Terminators work, they have a special keyword that allows me to break them into 2 factions. So I brought 1 squad, but they broke up into 2 units, which helped because I couldn't fit all 10 inside the jet. I could only fit 5. So I put 5 of them in there and sent them out. And the jet could pretty much make it all the way to the building in 1 turn. In fact, I got like halfway there, and like some people were like, "Why don't you just take it all the way?" I'm like, "Cause that puts a giant freaking target on me. like nobody else is around it except for 1 person. Then all of a sudden, this jet comes flying in. That's gonna that chaos. They're gonna all turn their guns and just fire away at me. So it's like I need to like sneak my way in there. So I managed to go like halfway, so I wasn't looking as threatening. And then the second term, I got in close, but sure enough, as soon as I moved in, I was going to like basically dive down and drop the guys off. But before I could do that, a bunch of them just unloaded on and just destroyed the jet. Ended up taking 2 of the Terminators with it, but 3 of them managed to make it to ground and make it inside. And they're just surrounded by a bunch of dudes because the bunch of aliens they've already grabbed the chicken or the turkey. And if they hold it for a round, then they get to then take it and move with it. So it's like, crap, I can either contest it or I could just try and mow them down. If I contest it, then we all are basically just staying there contesting it until somebody else comes in and shoots people. So I was like, forget it. I just start shooting and mowing people down. And I somehow managed to kill off everybody in the unit, or everybody on the other, cleared the board, especially between shooting and attacks and stuff. But unfortunately, then it gets around to another turn, and by this point, we're getting to like 4 or 5 hours later, because sure, we've only played a handful of rounds, but you got to wait for like 10 people to take their turn. So by the time that I was able to actually start the action, it was the 4th out of the 5th round. So I started the action to get it, and by this point, everyone's realized that even if I get it, there's no way for me to take it back to my line. So at this point, alliances are shattered. They're like, there's no point. I might as well shoot stuff off the board. So that's when like utter chaos goes off. The other side of the board is mostly gone because they've just eliminated each other. Except for a couple of small things left. Half the people have just left because they're like, I gotta go, or I gotta do something, or blah, blah, blah. And so finally it gets down to me, everything else of mine is dead. Like they've already blown up everything else I was carrying. So it's just my Terminator guys in the building, and they've successfully got the turkey. And now I'm like looking at both sides. One unit has walled me on, like I can't get out because they're literally at the door about to unload all their soldiers to come in and kill me. And then the other side is just like what's left of my former alliance people with the few vehicles and stuff they have left. And it's like, okay, I can either stay inside and maybe take out everything that's coming to kill me, or I can go out the other door and I will definitely die to all the vehicle gunfire that will hit me. So I decided to stay inside, and literally the only reason I ended up winning is because I was the only one that successfully grabbed and held the turkey at all. Other than that, it was a draw, because the warrior, it was a bunch of chaos troops come in, cultists, and they just slaughtered me. However, I will say that like this guy was super confident he was going to kill me, and because this is the last round of the game, he was super confident he was going to kill me, but it came down to like 2 dice. If it weren't for like 2 dice, I would have survived his big, huge assault. He assumed I was going to die from. So yeah. So I won a big, huge mega battle. It's the first I've played in like 3 mega battles now, and most of them end in ties because it's because there's so much chaos going on that like it's hard to focus on objectives because there's usually just so many people.
Mm-hmm.
And this was also the first free-for-all kind of game I had played in, where it was a mass battle, but every man for themselves kind of thing.
Oh, I gotcha.
So that was a lot of fun. I took video, but I don't know how much got captured, because by the time I cut it off, it was probably like 5-6 hours later, and it was like memory card full. So, what else did I put on here? Oh, speaking of minis, I also did you do any Black Friday shopping?
I did not.
What? Why not?
Because I already bought a ridiculously expensive Netflix machine.
No good like Steam sales or anything?
Not that I really paid attention to. Like, yeah, there was some stuff that's I mean, I got the emails. It was like, hey, stuff in your wish list is on sale, and I was like, yeah, okay, but like, I played 2 games,
Mm-hmm.
and really that's it.
Mm.
Like, there's so many things. There's just so many things in my Steam list. Everything that, okay, not everything, but the majority of the things that Epic has put for free
Mhm.
on Thursdays, I just added them to my library. I mean, there's just so many things that I just haven't played.
Right.
I don't even know if I'm ever gonna play them.
Oh, I did pick up myself something nice for Christmas or for Black Friday. There's this Black Templar big army box that's like everything you need to get started with a Black Templar army, which these are basically like, imagine, as much as Space Marines are already Crusaders, these are like even more so. Like, they don't have like a home base planet. They're just always on the move to the next planet to just like destroy, basically. And they believe the most fervently that the Emperor is a god. They do not use any Psychers at all. So this is like the opposite of my Grey Knights. They hate Psychers of all types. But they're called the Black Templars. This box was like the big introduction to them. So it came with like their codex, the playing cards that you use, the cards that have all their special abilities on them, and then like a set of forces. And then I was like, oh, I'll repaint the combat patrol box that I got now that I've fully converted over the Grey Knight stuff, and I'll paint them as Black Templars, and that'll be like, because every year people do like new army, new year, new army kind of things.
Okay.
So I've got this. I don't need to build this now. So it's like Beetle in the Slack, when I said it, he was like, same year new army, and I'm like, no, because I don't have to build this right now. Like, I'm not scavenging to get things done before, because I've got an army I can play. So now I can build this and just take my time painting it, and then when I'm comfortable, I can then take it out and play. But I'd been thinking, because I've been looking to do to strip off the way I painted the combat patrol box, and I was like, man, it'd be really nice as an electric toothbrush, but I don't really want to spend like $20-$30 to just scrape paint off of minis.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was in Walmart, and they had like a special, some sort of electric toothbrush that you just put like batteries in, and it was $5. I was like, done. And man, that thing is great. It is so good at scrubbing paint off of minis, especially after you've let them soak in like some mean green or something.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. If you want to hear us talk about more stuff, including more off-topic stuff, you need to subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/boardsandswords. There's other tiers, but I really just, if this show's worth 50 cents a show, then go back us for $1 a month. That's all the appreciation that we need to help support us. You get access to all the bonus bits, everything else, and we'd love it if everybody went and took a chance and gave us some free money, so that we can help get some stuff here for the show. I still need to work on getting Philip a video set. But and with that, I will say so the way I want to end the show is like I've been out of the game when it comes to cons, right? It's been 2 years. Now everybody, you know, a lot of people have, unless you went to like Gen Con or some of the other stuff. And so I was just trying to think like, you know, there could be some people listening that are going. Granted, you'll probably be listening to this either like during or after the fact. But just kind of wanted to spitball some stuff about kind of what's going on and what I'm looking forward to, that sort of thing. I am looking forward to this PAX Unplugged a lot because normally when I go for the entire time, the only way that I'm able to afford it is by working for like a company most of the time. This is the first year that I'm going all 3 days and not having to work for somebody, so I can like be playing games in the hall all 3 days. Like there was that one year that we all went up for the 1 day, but like by the time you got up there, did all the check-in, it was like we were only there for like 5 hours?
Something like that, yeah.
And then we ended up having to leave to make the drive back home.
Yep.
So, yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to, there's a bunch of games that I've not had the opportunity to try out that have come out. Like there's that pinball roll and write. I really want to try that. So that pinball roll and write thing looks really cool. I want to try that. There's also like I know there's just a bunch of other games. Sure, there's some Warhammer stuff that would be kind of cool too, but I'm actually not bringing any of my army stuff. So next time you probably won't even hear that much Warhammer talk because I just don't know if any games are going to get in between now and the end of the year.
Yeah.
But I am looking forward to just rolling around. I managed to find like an Airbnb close.
That's good.
Because I just couldn't make the hotel piece work out, so that'll be new and interesting. Yes, yeah. One of the guys in the chat is one of the people that are playing. That's in our Warhammer Crusade. So yes, I don't think I'm going to be playing any more between now and the end of the year. I don't know because I'm out this week, or I didn't go last night. I'm out this week for PAX Unplugged, so maybe once more before we hit Christmas. So, yeah, I'm trying to take my normal advice and not plan a whole lot. I've got like 1 or 2 interviews, and I think I'm mostly going to be just taking the camera for pictures. I don't know if I'm even going to record that much like video stuff because I just want to experience it, you know? It's been a while. I haven't had anything like this in a while, so like frankly, my mental health kind of needs it. So it is going to be interesting, kind of wandering through and seeing everything. What do you think, Philip? What do you think I'm missing? What should I be taking?
I mean, you know, 3, 2, 1, 6, 2, 1.
Yeah.
We're a little older now.
Yeah. That's for those that aren't aware, that's the 6 hours of sleep in our case. At least 2 meals. For me, it's 3. I know the minimum is supposed to be like 3 hours of sleep, 2 meals, and a shower a day, but like it's more of like 6, 3, 1. I'm not skipping eating.
Some days it could be 6, 3, 2.
Yeah. Oh, it is nice. I will say, if you are going to PAX Unplugged, you got to go to the Reading terminal. That's one reason why you definitely want to get those 3 meals in, because at least one of them you want to try and make it to the market there, because there's just so many. It's like a farmer's market and a food court put together. But when I say food court, I don't mean like McDonald's, and I mean like local shops, like delis and pizzerias and that sort of thing. Now, granted, you're going to wait in line forever because, like everybody's going to go get their cheesesteak at the same time kind of thing.
They are, yeah. I mean, hey, it's 2021, sir. I would definitely pull up Google and see if any of those things have online ordering.
Yeah, but the problem is that like they're all local places, so I don't know. I can try, but we'll see.
I mean,
I have
the
to see.
possibility exists.
The possibility does exist.
Yes.
Also, I think what I may end up trying to do, like, because I think the con usually opens at like 10. I'm thinking maybe like I go in,
is
do like
late.
I go in, do
Oh
a
no, the dealer hall. Yeah.
yeah, the dealer hall at like 10. Go in, do like an initial sweep, and then maybe like 10:30 go eat lunch early, because most people will still be getting settled in.
Mm.
And then go back and like when everybody's eating, then go try games. I did that a lot at Gen Con. I would try and eat before 11, because 11 is when everybody starts getting into the lunch mind frame, and that's when all the food trucks start getting huge lines.
Yep.
So that might be the path forward. These are the kind of things I got to remember.
That's right.
So, I thought there'd be more there, but we ended up doing a lot more talking during the PAX Unplugged when we were talking about all the games. I'm trying to think if there's other games. I wonder if there'll be. I may look to see if there's any more Simon talk about the Marvel Zombies, because they may, with this being a big convention, they might have something like on display at least.
Okay.
They may not have anything like playable, but they might have something on display.
New Arcadia Quest.
Probably not. I think they're done with that. At least until they need more money for something.
Yes.
I will say that one of the interviews I do have scheduled is with Thunderworks Games, so I am definitely going to be finding more out about that Role Player Adventures.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I am super excited about that. I don't even know if I'm looking at the RPG stuff. I don't even know if I'm going to try and get an RPG in, because it's just going to be one of those. I don't want to schedule time for stuff.
Yeah.
I just want to walk around and discover things. See. I don't know who all is going to be there. So let me know on Twitter or Facebook if you're going to be there, because I am still there. There isn't going to be a whole lot of people there because there's still a lot of concerns. But and I think everything just died. I'm seeing a lot of offlines now, but that's kind of a good place because we're kind of at the end of the show. I don't want to dawdle on too here. So why don't you go ahead and roll that beautiful beam music.
All right, everybody. That has been our show, the pre-PAX Unplugged show. If you like what we're doing, you gotta check us out live every other Sunday, boardsandswords.com/live. And it's got the schedule there. It's got the links to all of the live streaming channels, which they're all working. That's great. Normally Twitch likes to be a pain in the ass. If you like this show, you also got to check out boardsandswords.com. It's got all the other stuff we do. It's got the links to Chris does his videos about his Warhammer stuff, and that's about it.
There's more RPG stuff coming. I'm just still I got a lot of books to get through.
He's working on it.
I'm working on it. All right. Feedback. We enjoy it. Please give it to us. Feedback at boardsandswords.com, facebook.com/boardsandswordspod, at Boards and Swords on Twitter, and at Boards and Swords Chris on Instagram. And then lastly, this podcast is also part of Punchboard Media. For other great gaming podcasts, make sure you check out punchboardmedia.com. And thank you for listening, for watching. Once again, check out patreon.com/boardsandswords to help support the show. We'll probably be back in 2 weeks. I think that's right before Christmas. So we should
I
still
don't see why we wouldn't be back in 2
Well, I
weeks.
don't know when I'm going to North Carolina. But should be.
You should plan that, bro.
Well, yes. In the meantime, remember that every gamer has a story, and I would just like to say that is the 5th of December, and I am still wearing flip-flops outside. Did you just kill it?
No, I clicked on it, and it's supposed to
Fade out. It was acting weird.
fade.
All right. Thanks, everybody that's still in the chat room. Oh, we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.